Right, back in my familiar setting, and don't worry, I will do a haul tomorrow. Oh, these aren't markings, these are my tats. I can't tell what these footprints are. I got them because they're animal prints, and I love animal prints. But I think these are squirrel prints. And I got a star. Um, but today I just want to talk about the new shows this year. So I won't talk about Let Us Entertain You, which was all songs by Robbie Williams. Because the centre stage cast, which is the stage upstairs, they're all amazing at any show they do. Can't fault it. Can't fault any of their music-based shows. Same with Some Night City, which is all ABBA. Love that show. And Festivals Rock. I love that show as well. So any of the music-based ones, I love anyway. So we're going to talk about Panto, Jack and the Beanstalk, and Skyline Gang Going for Gold. And a slight change they did to Skyline Gang Dance With Us. Now, these are going to be spoilers. So if you haven't been to Butlins yet this year, don't click on this video. So first we'll talk about a quick little talk about the change they made to Skyline Gang Dance With Us. Now, Dance With Us was originally in I like to say 2017, but if I'm wrong, comment below. I love that show. I got a DVD. I know all the routines, all of it. Pardon me. I just had Sprite. So when I saw on the app that they were doing Dance With Us, I was like, hell yes. And then one of their coach said, they normally do that show if one of the members of the gang isn't feeling too well, or if, say, one of the props or scenery from either shows isn't working properly. Which is, fair enough. But this was on Wednesday evening. They did Dance With Us. All the gang members were there, including Rainbow. Love it. So you probably saw in the vlog, I even learnt just about most of the routine from the opening song. I knew all the songs. I was like, yes, this is perfect. I'm loving my life. Then they got to Mimi's song. Now, in the DVD, Mimi's song is right at the end. Mimi's song in the DVD is going through the different poses and catchphrases each member of the Skyline Gang does. And it's called When I. And I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll do this. I know all the phrases and poses they do. So the name of Mimi's song, they changed it. They changed Mimi's song. I was like, I had to sit down. I was like, what? So I was confused. Even the gang were confused. I told Bud. They were like, yeah, I don't know how we changed it. So I was talking to one of our coaches during Dance Academy. Actually, I was talking to Coach Mia. I was talking to Coach Mia during Dance Academy on the Thursday. And she said, yeah, this new song, this song that Mimi does in Dance With Us now, it's called Follow the Leader. And, okay. And Coach Mia dropped the bombshell. This song that Mimi does in Dance With Us is an old song they used in an old show when Bud had dreadlocks. Not only that, it was probably the very first year of Skyline Gang where they had OJ. Now, if you don't know who OJ was, she was a member of Skyline Gang. She was only there for a year. She was basically rainbow's colours, orange. She was gone. She was there for a year, never again. So this song that Mimi does in Dance With Us, called Follow the Leader, is from the OJ era. When Mia told me that, I was like, what? Oh my god! And not only that, next year, they're bringing back Beside the Sea. Again, that's an old one from when Bart had dreadlocks, and even before they had Misty. So, I am so, like, I just can't wait to see what change he's going to make. Because in 2020, they brought back Lost in Space. Now it's an old one. Because originally, Bud, not Bud, an original Lost in Space, Dude was the captain. Because Bud still had dreadlocks and wasn't as smart. But in the 2020 version, Bud was the captain. And he loved it. So I'm loving that they're bringing back old shows and old songs. Especially doing Dance Academy when they're playing all the old songs. I love that. Keep that up. Please, 2026, bring back Carnival Crazy. Please. So yeah, that's Dance With Us. The changes they made. Jack and the Beanstalk. The new panto for this year. Now, normally, they'll have the same panto for 2 years. But this time, it's for 1 year this year. Next year, it's going to be Snow White. So, Jack and Beanstalk this year. I was really curious how they're going to do this because I saw Jack and the Beanstalk panto at Chester World Adventures. And they had this Baroness character to get away with not having the giant. But then in Butlins panto, they had a Baroness character. So I thought, oh, okay, they're not going to have the giant. But then in the screen on the stage, they had that is like long telescope looking from the sky, with the giant looking from the sky through this telescope. I was like, okay, that's how they're going to show the giant. They're not going to show anything else. But the Baroness, her dress, I really liked. I loved the colours. I loved the patterns. I was in the front, so I could see the details. I loved it. But this weird headpiece thing she had, it looked kind of out of place and the rest of it. And I get it. She's evil. She was quite funny, actually. She kept noticing me doing this with me at the front. That was quite funny. I loved the interaction. There was quite a few adult jokes. More than last year's panto. There was quite a few adult jokes. Even I was like, Jesus. Even Mum looked at me and was like, how do you know that joke? Innuendos, you know. But there was one scene, it was near the end of the panto, that had me in stitches. I'm not going to say anything more because it'll go to extreme spoiler territory. But I'm saying it involves Alexa. That's all I'm saying. And it was the funniest thing ever in the world. But yeah, there was like, it was the story I kind of liked. Apart from Daisy, the cow. The rest of the story followed the original story. You know, Jack selling the cow and climbing a beanstalk. They actually showed a beanstalk. That was cool. But Daisy, the cow. Why did she sing car wash? The rest of the story was perfect. Like, to the T of the original story that I remember. But Daisy the cow wanting to be famous on the stage. I get it. They said in the website it has a twist. But I don't know, this came from nowhere. Like Daisy the cow twerking with the dancers dressed as those round washers you get in the car wash. And the giant inflatable guy raving around everywhere. I was like, what? But yeah, the rest of the story was perfect. Some of the jokes didn't hit, but I think it's because it was the afternoon show, so people, well, not many people they begin with. You often get the afternoon show. You've got the afternoon show and evening show. The matinee, I call it. Yes, I'm that professional. The matinee, I went to the matinee, the 2:00 show. Yeah, there weren't many people there, and some of the jokes fell flat, which is understandable, because people were still tired, and people haven't had many drinks yet. The Dame, bless the Dame, they tried to make people laugh, but that Alexa part near the end, brilliant. That was the best bit of the whole show. But to be honest with you, I can't remember any of the songs they used apart from Car Wash. They even had this like special song at the end, singing about butlins panto. I just can't remember it. The only bit I remember was seeing the beanstalk and the ending, because the ending was so good. Was so to the original of the original story I remember. I'm not going to spoil it. All I'm saying is, you definitely do see the giant. The giant is around. You definitely do see the giant. And the ending, if you notice the original story of Jack and Beanstalk, it is to the original. So I would say it's my favourite panto I've seen. I still prefer either Cinderella Rocks, Little Mermaid. Okay, Little Mermaid's up there. I love the Little Mermaid. Or Cinderella Rocks, Cinderella, or Sleeping Beauty Rocks. So those are my favourites. Written Rocks because of the pure nightmare fuel. Oh, okay. This is not a spoiler, but there is a character that's come back from Friends of the Skyline Gang to the panto. There's a bit where they're in the castle, in the giant's castle, and I thought, oh, okay, this is gonna have Jack. The Dame followed them. The Dame followed Jack up to the castle. I was like, okay. All of a sudden, the dung beetle from Skyline Gang on Safari appeared. I'm like, hi, friend. So we got the dung beetle from Skyline Gang on Safari, which is a pretty good detail. And also, which is pretty cool, because that's why also I love Billy and Bonnie Once Upon a Time, because the amount of references in that show. I'll talk about that in a different I'll talk about that in a different video. The amount of references to older shows in Billy and Bonnie's Once Upon a Time. Also, they're bringing back Defenders of the Skyline. Okay, my theory is that the villain, the hijacker, is either Jingle Jester or OJ. So yeah, Panto. I haven't really got a chart of like top 5 or anything of Pantos, but I will say it's not my favourite. I think it's because it's not on 2 years. It's only over 1 year, so this was my one and only chance seeing it. So I didn't have enough time to soak up everything that was going on. So now, Skyline Gang, going for gold. Where do we start? All I'm saying is, it's not one of my favourites. There, I said it. It's not one of my favourites. Okay, so it's a simple process, a simple story. Skyline Gang are having a sports day event. I think only because of this year they had the Olympics, so they did an Olympic style story. I loved the warm up song they did for warming up bodies. I liked that song. I liked the Going for Gold song. The first 2 songs I really liked. And then the first event was Sprout doing the gym horse thing. Bud did an interesting fact about the horse that I didn't know myself, so well done, Bud. Look at that. Bud doing interesting facts about the sports between each events. But no, they had the screen behind them, and he had 2 commentators, animated commentators, and they never shut up. They were annoying. They broke down. They slowed down the show for me. I know they're the fan base. I know the male one. I heard of a couple of Skyline Game fans that the male commentator is hot. Yes, I have heard that. Seriously. But for me, I think it really did slow down the show for me in a bad way, the commentators. Bud should have been a commentator. So yeah, then it had this song about Sprout having the heart of a lion. For me, that was confusing because, sure, he had that in Carnival Crazy when he got the Bravian urge to go for the human cannibal. But I haven't seen anywhere else where you've had that heart, that courage. Although there's not much like courage needed to do a gym horse. It's a skill. And also that he said that all the sports difficulties were 10s. Like, why start the top difficulty and keep it at 10? Why not go for like easy, medium, or hard? Why all be hard? That didn't confuse me. But then Spout was doing a horse. Now, I think they should have found a way to hide the effects of Sprout doing the gym horse more, because even the kids knew how it was done. Which, if a parent trying to convince a kid that it's real, he's actually doing it. Kids are clever nowadays. They know how effects are done. So I think they should have done a different way of making it more, like, less obvious how he was doing all the bendy leg stuff. I won't say how it's done in case kids are watching this. I want to keep up that illusion. That Sprout was indeed doing bendy leg stuff. That wasn't. I didn't like that bit for me personally. And then there was synchronized swimming with the girls. That bit was funny. Unintentionally funny, because again, I knew how they were doing it. But I think the way they were doing it, it was quite funny. Even Red Coat Lewis was laughing on Thursday night when we were watching it. And then the song was just like no lyrics to it. It was just typical Olympics diving music. But then at the end of it, like, Sprout and Bud appeared on the edge of the swimming pool, still in their clothes, in the water. Like, what are you doing in the pool in your clothes? That bit didn't get me. Sprout did a bad joke. Now, what was that afterwards? Oh, the horse jumping. Now, this bit was cute. It was cute because Candy was leading it. You know, we'll let her off because Candy is adorable. And she loves horses. So we'll let her off have that. No! Before that, after swimming, before the horses, it was basketball with Dude. The song, meh. It'll grow on me eventually. But again, if you're sitting right at the front on the magic circle, or sitting on the stairs overlooking it, the effects of Dude with the basketball looks okay. But if you're sitting from either of the sides of the stage, you can see how the effect is done if you've got strong eyes. So again, I think they should find a way to make it less obvious. I know it's the first year of this show, and normally from the second year, they do improve. So hopefully that is the case. The one thing that made me laugh at the basketball song was Sprout. Because when he was trying to bounce the basketball, he just kept doing that. That just made me laugh. Sprout was standing there, staring at the basketball, and he went up like that. I was like, oh, Sprout, that's why I like you. Then it was the horses of Candy. Everyone had a horse, a hobby horse, including Misty. Misty had her own horse and didn't steal Pips like she did in Wild West Adventure. And yes, these are the same hobby horses they had in Wild West Adventure. So that was nice to have that back because they were cute. And this song they used called Giddy Up Gang from Wild West Adventure. I actually like that song, despite me not liking Wild West Adventure. So the song they used for the horse jumping, it was a cute song. Then it was the final event, the egg and spoon race. Now, this is when Misty kind of ruined her personality, because in Dance with Us and in Frozen Adventure, she's not up to any major trouble. She's just being cheeky and a little bit naughty when she throws Sprout's pants in the water. She was just being cheeky. She was just being her cheeky, naughty self. But in Going for Gold, when she said that she super glued her egg to a spoon, I thought, oh, okay, she's being a bit naughty. But she was like acting, she did that proper evil laugh like she did in Lost in Space. I was like, oh no, we got evil Misty again. Yeah, we did. We had evil Misty again. And she had this song about her winning every event. And there's one point where she stole Bud's glasses straight from his face. I was like, okay, no, okay, that's going too far. That's going too far. And then she got in trouble for super gluing the egg. There was one line that Misty said, and I know it was probably meant to be not be funny for the kids, but not for the adults. But for me, it was hilarious. It was the way Misty said it. She was standing there, I was like, "This is not an egg." And then Candy was like, "Oh, what is it then?" And Misty was like, "It's a chicken in a shell suit." I was like, first of all, Misty never normally does the sort of jokes Sprout does. But secondly, the way Misty said it was just hilarious. So yeah, and then Rainbow came out in this cute little like jacket which had the medals on the side, and the gang took them off the medals on the jacket on Rainbow's side, which I thought, that's adorable. How adorable. Rainbow had a little accessory. He needs more accessories to wear, Rainbow. And then everyone had a medal apart from Misty because she got disqualified. So at least she had some sort of repercussion for being naughty. But then they gave in and gave medal to Misty for being the naughtiest one. And the last song they did for Dance Cause You're Happy, the You're a Gold song, something like that. It's a cute song. Oh, and also in Dance With Us, they included the ending song, Dance Cause You're Happy, which I was really happy for. Thank you. So, where do I place Going for Gold? I'm sorry, it's not in the top 10. It's not my favourite. It's not as bad as Wild West Adventure, but it's in that level. Sorry. Maybe next year they might improve on some things. So yeah, that was the new shows for Butlins. Tomorrow I'll do the haul. Is that okay? Big Red, over and out.